Hi everybody. I want to tell you today about how I make my smoothies and how I get started in my morning and to feel good and have a lot of energy. My smoothies just really energize me. I put a lot of wholesome ingredients into them, and you can modify and put in things you like or don't like, but it's just a way to get you started in the morning. Give you a little background on me. About a year ago, I probably weighed about 45 pounds more than I weigh right now. I was sluggish, I was moody, I would have to take afternoon naps just to get me through the day. I was eating a lot more sugary cereals and drinking lots of coffee. Now I don't drink any coffee. I eliminated processed sugars out of my diet totally, and it really wasn't that tough for me. It was just small steps, and I didn't know anything about cooking when I first started this new way of life about a year ago, like I said, and I lost like 20 pounds in a month just by eating whole foods. I started buying whole foods, and I try to get organic as much as I can, but if organic's not available to you, just start out with whatever you like: green, red, yellow vegetables. Start cooking them up and using them and eating them. I still go out, I still eat pizza, I still eat burgers. I just don't go to fast food anymore, and I've eliminated the pop from my diet and the processed sugar. But when I'm at home, I have healthy foods in my kitchen. That's all I buy. So when I'm hungry at night, late at night, and I want to eat something, I'm grabbing some nuts or something healthy. So I'm going to show you how I make this smoothie, and this is going to give you a lot of energy and make you feel really good. So what I typically start out with, and again, I have a really inexpensive blender. I got this thing for probably 15 bucks at Target. If you want to get the Vitamix, the $100 things, go for it. They do probably work a little better, but this works just fine for me, and it does everything I need it to do. So I usually start out with a banana, so I got a banana here, so I'm just going to throw it in. And I just mix things up. There's no set quantity ratio or how I put it in. I usually add some broccoli. I'll just take a little broccoli and dump it in there. I like kale, so I have some kale. Kale is very nutrient too, and you can go online and research why these are good for you. But just believe me, this thing will give you a lot of energy. And the green vegetables are going to give you like sustained energy throughout the day, versus like fruits will kind of give you a more of a peak and then a little bit of a crash, but the sustained green veggies are going to kind of give you a nice smooth energy curve throughout the day, versus say processed sugars like sugary cereals or bagels with cheese, cream cheese and jelly, or coffee with cream and sugar. You're going to get a peak, you're going to get an energy peak, you're going to feel real energized, but then you're going to crash right away. So you're going to have nice smooth energy, you're going to feel good, you're going to lose weight, you're going to sleep better, your moods are going to be awesome, you're going to look good, you're going to have confidence. So anyway, I added the kale. So it's not real rocket science. I got some blueberries, just a bag of frozen blueberries. And I just pour in a few. Nothing magical about it. And I bought these organic figs at the store the other day. I thought were kind of neat. So figs got a lot of fiber. I was reading about them, and you can read on the bags. Usually they talk about their value. But anyway, they add a little sweetness to it too. And I usually put some other fruit, usually mangoes. We've got some organic mangoes, frozen. I usually go frozen on these things because it just makes a nice cold smoothie. And I just put maybe a handful in, no big deal. And then I usually add a carrot, so I have a carrot here, and I'm just going to throw that in there. And then I just add different ingredients. I usually add a little flaxseed, and the flaxseed just gives you fiber, and you can, again, read about the benefits, omega-3 fatty acids and lignans found in flaxseed. So there's some really good, healthy items in flaxseed. I just pour some in. See, I didn't measure it. I just poured it in. And I had chia seeds, and I just got them in a jar. I usually buy them in bulk. And I just pour, again, those are high in omegas, just real good protein source. And go ahead and research the chia. I just pour a little dash in there. And then I experiment with different things. I bought some of these hemp seeds at Trader Joe's the other day, and they're 2.5 omega-3, 8.5 grams of omega-6, and 10 grams of protein per serving. Serving size is what? 3 tablespoons. I don't probably put that much into my smoothie of it, but heck, with all that good protein and omegas, it's going to help. So I pour some of those hemp seeds in. And then I've got some other goji berries. This is one of my superfoods, and I just try different ones a lot of times. Goji berries, and it says on here, most nutrient-rich foods on the earth, it says, a vegetarian form of protein packed with essential amino acids and rich in vitamin A. They possess over 20 trace minerals and vitamins, so they're a great addition to your smoothie. And it says on here vitamin A, iron, and vitamin C. So I'll just put in, I might just do a spoonful. No big deal. That's about it. And the goji berries, right? I've added the hemp seeds. What else do I got here? I like these cacao nibs. They're where chocolate comes from, and I'll put a little bit in there. I've used them for other things. I put them in other recipes as well. But they're cacao nibs are nature's original chocolate chips. It says once was the food of the gods. It gives long-lasting energy, and they do. You get a really burst of energy from these. So I add some of these, and they really do. I make these awesome energy balls with them. Also, I add peanut butter, the cacao nibs, and a little honey, and some flaxseed. So again, I'm just going to put like a spoonful in. You don't have to use a lot. These last you a long time. You might go to the store and think, oh, that's expensive, but they last you a real long time. You don't use a whole lot of them. And then I've been using this wheatgrass, which is a real energy source. It's one of the most nutritionally dense greens on earth, power-packed with naturally occurring nutrients, including chlorophyll, beta-carotene, vitamin C, B vitamins, amino acids, magnesium, potassium, manganese, and betaine. Anyway, there you don't need much, and they even give you a scoop with this one. I buy these at Whole Foods usually. These superfood things, they have a good selection of them there. You can buy them online. So I just take a scoop of it. I don't even use a whole scoop because it's kind of got a little flavor to it. So I just put some in there. I've also used maca powder. That's awesome too. I happen to be out of maca right now. But you can get that at Whole Foods, and that's a real energy source. That's one of my favorites. So I use that a lot. So that's pretty much everything I have now. So what am I going to add in? And again, you can, I have avocado too. I love avocado. Another great source, great oil. So I just usually take half the avocado and spoon it. This one's not quite perfect ripe stage I like it to be at, but it's pretty ripe. It's just about there. Another day, but I'm going to add this avocado to it. And you don't even, when you mix all these together, you really don't taste any of the bad stuff, or I should say bad stuff, things that aren't as flavorful. You can tend to all mix together. And then I like to add a little just juice, and it varies. I look for the ones that have the fewest amount of sugars in them. Again, nothing with processed sugar. I try to get all total juice. I bought this one. It's got an organic cranberry pomegranate. Sometimes I'll get just cranberry. But look at the labels and make sure it's made from 100% juice and there's not added any. And I just pour some in there. Now again, as you can see, I didn't pour a whole lot in, just enough to kind of sweeten it up. And then I like to use almond milk. And then, again, use what you want. If you don't like this, it just gives me a little creamier texture to it, and I'll just put it in there. And that'll get it in consistencies that I like in it. I usually just add a little bit of water too, just to thin it out, because otherwise it gets too thick. Now, there you go. Oh, and one other thing I sometimes add, and again, you don't have to add all this, I like a little cinnamon, so I'll put a little dash of cinnamon in there. And this thing's ready to go. So what I do is just put it on my blender, and I usually put it at kind of a lower speed, because this has so many speeds, and I just start it out on the blend cycle. So I just, there it goes. If it's not blending up a lot, you might have to get a spoon and kind of push things around a little bit. Sometimes, like the frozen stuff, you get some big clumps, and that's why the Vitamix probably is a little nicer. Maybe I should get a Vitamix. I've thought about it, because it will blend these things up a little quicker. Sometimes it jams up like it just did for me. So it's blending all up right now. It's really just about done. And just kind of move it around a little bit. It doesn't take too long, really, with this $15 blender, and voila, let me get a glass, and I usually drink a big glass of this, and it's a small glass because I gotta wash some dishes, but I usually have a couple of these in the morning, and Tastes delicious. Again, experiment with what you like. Work on adding the veggies. Look for these superfoods, the maca, the wheatgrass, the gojis. There's other ones too. Sun Foods is another company that makes them. Add what you like, experiment around. If you want some special recipes, feel free to email me. But enjoy, because I'm going to be going out for something. I have lots of energy, so have a great day. Thanks.